In the UK Parliament, lawmakers raised serious concerns over the escalating persecution of religious minorities in Pakistan. They discussed the misuse of the blasphemy laws, which disproportionately target Christians, Hindus, and Ahmadis, leading to violence and unjust imprisonments. Lawmakers also addressed the alarming rise in forced conversions, particularly of young girls from religious minorities. Additionally, they criticized Pakistan's educational system for perpetuating religious intolerance through biased textbooks. A report.
Concerns are growing over the alarming reports of discrimination, violence, and persecution against religious minorities in Pakistan. One of the key issues is the misuse of Pakistan's controversial blasphemy laws, which have been increasingly used as tools to target religious minorities. Recently, in the UK Parliament, lawmakers raised serious concerns about the ongoing persecution of religious minorities in Pakistan, highlighting alarming reports of discrimination, violence, and human rights abuses.
I can understand why some. Since the 1980s, many thousands, and I mean thousands of cases have been reported disproportionately affecting Christians, Hindus, Ahmadis. These laws are used not only to silence dissent, but also as tools for personal vendettas and mob incitement. When I was in Pakistan back in 2023, Madam Deputy Speaker, I remember meeting some of those who had been had been charged with blasphemy law, defaming or defaming the blasphemy laws, but were found that the allegations were vindictive and malicious, and there was no evidential base whatsoever for them. So I think I want to highlight that as well. These accusations, of course, have led to extrajudicial killings, violent attacks, mass displacements.
In addition to legal challenges, religious minorities in Pakistan are increasingly vulnerable to forced conversions. Young girls from Christian and Hindu communities are especially at risk, with rising reports of abductions and coerced conversions. The country's educational system only exacerbates the problem, fostering religious intolerance and further marginalizing these minorities. In the UK Parliament, lawmakers also expressed deep concern over the educational system's role in perpetuating these injustices.
Pakistan's legal framework ostensibly guarantees religious freedom under its constitution, yet the reality is far, far different. The single national curriculum, and just in 2021, has been criticised for marginalised religious minorities. Textbooks continue to perpetuate stereotypes, fostering intolerance amongst the next generation. And we have to be very careful what we do and what Pakistan does in relation to education. We had hoped that on our visit there some time ago, Madam Deputy Speaker, that we would see some of the changes, that we see the opportunities coming to when it says Pakistan says they set so many jobs aside for religious minority groups. The fact is we don't see that.
The UK Parliament also discussed the growing repression in Balochistan, where resistance is being harshly suppressed by the authorities. The lawmakers highlighted the ongoing struggles in the region, particularly the women-led peace movements.
Forms of repression that are taking place are producing a resistance movement. Unfortunately, some of that is an armed resistance movement, and we've seen what being classified as terrorist actions as well. So therefore there's a deterioration. But there is a peace movement. And the peace movement that's taking place is largely led by women, and they've been instigating marches over this last 12 months. But unfortunately, what we're finding now is that those women are being arrested, and the peace movement and human rights movement in Balochistan is now being savagely repressed.
The misuse of blasphemy laws, the alarming rise in forced conversions, and the role of Pakistan's educational system in perpetuating intolerance collectively highlight a deep-rooted systematic failure to protect the rights of religious minorities. These issues are interconnected, reinforcing each other and creating an environment where vulnerable communities are subjected to abuse with little recourse for justice.